So essentials that need to be included in a professional portfolio, it depends on like which way you're taking this. If you're actually like building a portfolio, someone you're interviewing for versus like if you're like talking about the more metaphoric like career portfolio. I think for a physical portfolio, you always want to have like your resume ready to go and well outlined. I think like your portfolio should be able to like parallel your resume in a way. So if you're, saying that on your resume you did several projects and there's like certain art examples you're providing or like graphic examples, graphic design examples, your portfolio should be matching your resume. So like it should be easy for an interviewer or, a potential hiring manager to say, "Oh, I see that this person talked about doing like a newsletter project." And then they should be able to go to your portfolio and be easily able to find that document. So we want to make sure that consistency is key. So like if you're highlighting projects that are important to you, you want to make sure they do exist in your portfolio so you're not just like sharing something and then not having a document to back it up. That really does tie into like, especially for folks who are doing portfolios, which tend to be, in my experience, more like art folks. That is like literally like what you do is graphics or like art or illustration. So, like being
Mhm.
able to make sure that that is visually appealing or from even a marketing sense, like if you're branding, business marketing, things like that you're really showing that thought and execution because it truly is an example of your work and what you might be able to provide to them. Like polish is how I would define it. And I think like, grammar and spelling and all of that is important regardless whether it's a resume or a portfolio. Um, and I will give examples of like, outlining a portfolio in a formatting sense might look like having page numbers with things, having like titles of what the project is and descriptions. If your social media doing analytics and saying like, here's the um traction I got on this post, like making sure to back up your work with like examples. If you're an art student, maybe it's like listing what mediums you use to paint or design or illustrate. So again, like being thoughtful and descriptive of like what you're doing is really necessary. And again, your resume is going to be a heavy hitter of where you put a lot of this information, but the portfolio kind of takes it a step further and talks more about your process of creation. And I think that can be like a helpful distinction. And I feel like if we're going broader and talking about like your career portfolio, which is more like that metaphoric concept, like I would just say like there's not really anything necessary that you have to like include or do. I think it's just more of like thinking about your end goal and how to build experiences that really support that end goal, or that journey, whatever that might look like. And being able to describe those experiences well in your resume as you're speaking to them.